You are tuned into Be Bold Radio, breaking barriers over lives daily. This is the place for you to learn strategies and tools to turn your business, your dreams, and your goals into a reality. Thanks for tuning in to Be Bold Radio. This is your host, Dymeata B, and you're listening to episode number 118. In today's episode, we have a special guest. She's from my hometown, Gary, Indiana. Her name is Jada Simpson. She's 25 years old. She's such a beautiful person inside and out. I mean, I really enjoyed our conversation on this particular interview. And she's a successful hairstylist and entrepreneur who's just taking leaps of faith and just, walking through doors and living in the season that God has called her to live in. And so I was so inspired by our conversation on this podcast, as I know you will be too. So I want you guys to really open your heart to receive and know that people face situations and circumstances just like you. And these are real life stories. These are real life people. And I want their story to encourage you to take your steps of faith. The only difference between you and another person is what you decide to do now. And so I'm inspired by her story, as I know you guys will. So let's dive in and talk with Jada. First of all, of course, I want to thank you for coming on Be Bold Radio, Jada. And of course, I follow you on Instagram. I follow you on Instagram, and I actually met you years ago. And what I loved about you was your spirit. And we never got a chance to really talk anything, but I loved your energy. And a lot of times, and I'm going to say this, a lot of times when people walk into hair salons or new environments, they're looking for a friendly face or positive energy. And you've always exerted that. You have, and you didn't even do my hair. That's the thing. You didn't even do my hair, but your energy was so contagious. And I'm like, see, that's what we need. We need more of that in hair salons. So that's when I first I was like, I like her. But then I reconnected with you on Instagram, and I think when I reconnected, I think you were either just about to move or you had just moved. And so a few mutual friends that we have, they were like, in conversation, it was like, yeah, Jada's moving. I'm like, Jada. I know that name. And so that's when they told me you were relocating. I'm like, oh my God, because that's a dream of mine. My husband and I, we're actually thinking about relocating. And the thing is, you get so used to where you are. You know what I mean? And so what I want you to do is just share your story on your path and how you got started on where you are now.
Thank you so much for having me, and thanks for you, Dymeata. When I was see you coming out with your daughter from the set, I'm like, this woman is so pretty, just looking good, looking healthy. I'm like, I like her too, just like you said. So I definitely understand what you mean. But I've been doing hair. This is going on my 12th year.
Wow.
And I started really young. I started when I was 14. And then I grew up in it. My mom and my grandma are still hairstylists. So being a hairstylist, it's been my world. So I've never had another job. This is all I ever done was hair. And I love what I do.
Wow.
And at home, I just knew I knew it was time.
Mm-hmm.
You know how when you can just feel something, like it's time, and I know it's time. And I know that if I don't move, I'm going to become very uncomfortable.
Wow.
So, I came to visit. I came to Houston, and I actually stay in Pearland, Texas, and I came to visit my cousin. And I fell in love with the neighborhood, the community, everything. And so that's how I got out here. And I just would say every day. I came to visit him one summer, me and my baby. I first had my daughter. She was only 3 months. And we came out here. And when I came, I said, I'm moving. Every day, I told people every day, I'm like, I'm moving. I never had to say at first, but I just knew that I was moving. And once I really got it in my head, I started visiting Houston, trying to pick up my clientele and looking around. And getting to know the city more.
Wow.
And I just loved it. I just loved it.
That's good.
Okay.
And I think it's better, you giving your daughter another or better opportunity as well, to see more of the
Yeah.
world. That's what I really want for our kids as well. So, I mean, and you're still young. I mean, I think that's awesome. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it was also you attracting it. Like, you kept saying, "Hey, I'm moving. I'm moving." I think the more you say it, the more you're convinced I'm gonna do it. This is something I'm gonna
Yep.
do. That's good.
Seriously.
That's good.
That's the truth. Because it was something that I really wanted, to the point where coming home, when I would go visit and then come back home, I would feel sad. I would start feeling very uncomfortable, really, really uncomfortable. And not to discredit home,
That's right.
home. I love Jerry. I love Mary. I love Jerry.
Absolutely.
To even when I was young, girl, doing history, like looking up,
Wow.
50s, 40s, 60s, how it was, and the changes that happened there. Like, so I'm passionate about it.
Yes.
Riding down Broadway, girl, even as a child, I would feel, just the energy from the past.
Yes.
Into where now, I could just look around and see, like, wow, so much went on, so many different stories. I love home.
Yeah.
But coming out here is so different. There's so much going on. It's a building, growing place. It's the fourth largest city in America, I believe. So I just had to come. I had to stretch out. I knew that I was growing so much, and I just wanted to grow in other ways.
Have you, like, let me ask you this, like, since moving there, what do you feel as far as yourself? Have you evolved more? Do you feel like you've discovered more about yourself? Or what do what has been the changes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What was the last part you were going to say?
Like, what changes have, happened, like, even on the inside of you? A lot of people, they end up evolving, or, just being more bolder or more freer. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. And yes, because, moving and at the age I am, I'm still so young. I'm 25. I'm so young, but at the same time, very mature.
Yes.
And so it's just like, at that age, even as a woman, you around your mom so much, or you're around your older aunts or your grandmothers or whoever, your church family or whoever, and you kind of just still feel like up under other people's wings.
Yes.
And so it's like, when you step out and go on your own, you have to see yourself in a different light, in a different way. You have to trust yourself in a different way. You're more free to accept yourself how you, in your own skin,
yes.
how you comfortable,
yes.
If nobody is around you saying, don't do this, or, I would never do that, or, nobody is around you to dictate how you move.
That's right.
So I got to really move freely, trust myself, trust God, trust the universe, however you want to word it, but I just have to really trust and know that I was being led where I was supposed to be. I felt that connection. I felt it in my spirit. So I knew, as I go and explore and meet people, I felt protected, and I was excited to go explore. I would come out here and just drive around and get lost, So,
yes.
yeah, and there's something about when I would drive and get lost, how I would be able to get a different spiritual understanding when I would do that, because it's like, wow, I just have to really trust and believe in myself to find my own way. Just a simple car ride of getting lost and finding something new would just wake something up in my spirit. Like, wow,
Jada,
you can go try new things and figure it out, find new ways, explore, enjoy. Yeah.
Wow, I love that. And it gives you a sense of, and you're right, sometimes we are, like, for me, I was brought up in the church, and I've worked at my father's church all my life, and that's all I knew. So for me, somebody like me, it was challenging separating myself from something I knew all my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I totally understand, and even when we decide to relocate, I cannot wait to have that feeling of, it's so that detaching feeling. You know what I mean? I guess that's what I mean, that detachment. But sometimes we have to step outside of our norm to find out more of who we are. You know what I mean? Our comfort zone. And sometimes, I mean, you did it. You did. And I'm telling you, I really did. I watched you on Instagram. Not only did I watch for real, not only did I watch that whole process, but even, you know, you networking, and like, it's almost like nothing, you didn't miss a beat when you got there. You didn't miss a beat. And so what I really want you to tell us is, like, so how did it happen as far as you finding a salon and like really connecting with the salon to work at?
Oh, that was that was a beautiful just lineup. Okay, so it divine connection. Yes. The hairstylist that I work in her salon now, her name is, she's known on Instagram by the name of Hot Coco. And she was a hairstylist that I followed for years, watching her grow, do her business, her hairline, you know, promote and push that. I watched her for years, and she was somebody, when I would go to the Brand of Regular Hair shows and you see this stylist, you're like, oh, you know, and I was back in Indiana. And stylists in Indianapolis knew that I was relocating to Houston. And the stylist, Hot Coco, that's in Houston, she said, I'm looking for a Houston hairstylist who want to work in my salon and teach you all of this and blah, 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 blah. You know, just to push you. I want to help another sister rise up.
Wow. The
stylist tagged, and then I wrote in the post and said, me, with a whole bunch of emoji hearts, and said, I'm ready.
Oh, my God.
And she instantly followed me, liked my stuff, and, you know, we got connected in that way. And I'm not going to lie, when I first officially moved to Houston, I thought I was coming, you know, whatever. And, you know, how a lot of people, they doing so much in their business, you know, I just told her I was coming. We hadn't spoke again.
Okay.
Then when I moved to Houston, so that was in April. So when I really got here in June, I gave myself 1 month off. I've never done that before.
Wow.
I gave myself a month off. Yes. So I was off. You know, I got that time alone. I got to just explore, and I didn't know much, you know. But anyway, I was a little nervous. Still wanted to rise up, and it was like, man, should I really reach out to her? You know, just you just creating all of this stuff in your head.
Yep.
What if she not that nice? And da 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 da. All of this stuff. I went to the salon, meet her, instantly connection. It was instantly like we both in there about to start crying.
Wow. Because
it was just a connection to where she could share some of her story. I was sharing some of mine, and I sat up there and talked to her for so long, and girl, that was it.
Wow.
And she said, go get your stuff and bring it up and set your station up. And ever since then, the women at that salon have helped me raise my daughter.
Wow.
You know, have helped me grow in my clientele, have shown me so much. You know, I've met so many people. Yeah.
Oh,
divine connection. Seriously.
All by just stepping out on faith.
Just stepping out on faith.
That's stepping out. Jada, that is amazing. So let me ask you this. So, okay. So I do this 1 minute mindset question. So I'm going to ask you a question, and like in less than a minute, you just answer it. So what are the first 90 minutes of your day? What is that like?
The first 90 minutes of my day. So that can change. That changes a lot. But my idea of what I'm trying to do, and even this morning, this is that I'm getting up. I like to have a cup of tea sometimes, or like a healthy breakfast, some fruit, something like that. I want to stretch out and really take time to meditate. Mm-hmm. Take time to just settle my mind.
Yeah.
Or even sometimes, some mornings I have to reflect on dreams because I dream a lot. Mm-hmm. So sometimes that's my morning. And it's some things with my business.
Okay.
That's how my morning goes. But yeah, healthy breakfast, stretching my body, and relaxing my mind, because I do not like going into work or starting my day just with a clustered mind that's everywhere.
Yes. Yes. And your clients can feel that. They can feel
Yes.
that. That's good. That's good. Okay, so my next question is, what is one habit you wish you had?
One habit. Want to go to the, not even the gym. I don't know. Want to be more active. I would want to be more active in the gym.
That's good.
But not
Okay.
even in the gym, just more active
More physical.
and reading more.
And reading more.
Yeah.
That's good. Me too. That's me too. I'm so as busy as I am. What I've been implementing is, instead of, because I know I don't really have time to read like I would like to, I just been doing audiobooks. And and
those
it's
are good.
yeah, and it works for me because I'm always on the move, so I'm able to listen to something that I would, if whatever it is that I would want to read, I'm able to listen to it now. So that, I like that. It definitely working out, girl. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Girl. Okay, so this is the third 1 minute mindset question. What would you tell your 19-year-old self?
19-year-old self. 19. I would tell my 19-year-old self, be more confident in you. Trust yourself.
I like that.
Trust yourself.
I like that. So
trust yourself.
That's good. That's good. And you know what? As when, being 19, we are less confident in ourselves. We're still trying to figure it out. I think our whole life will always be trying to figure it out. But I think the older you get, the wiser you become. So I think that's good, trusting yourself. I know for me, I was very insecure, when I was younger. And it's like, man, if I could go back and tell that girl, you okay, just the way you are. you know? So I like that. I like that. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So, okay, so as far as, your business goes, what are like maybe your biggest mistakes one of your biggest mistakes that you think you've made that you could advise somebody else? Like, let's say, and I do have hairstylists that listen to my podcast. What's like one mistake that you, or that women make in the industry that you're in?
Procrastination, and not moving on those ideas. Yep. Not moving on those ideas, and that can go into anybody's business outside of a hairstylist, because, with the hairstylist, we have a different type of freedom that we can flow in our lifestyle. And a lot of hairstylists, barbers, they don't take advantage of it. We can sometimes get so locked in and controlled by this perfect, not even perfect, but this set schedule of, you work in all of these hours and then you don't do the things for you.
That's right.
Or you don't do the other things for your business, those other ideas that'll take some different type of time to just do. And then you watch the next barber or the next stylist do the same thing that was already in your head months, years ago.
That's true.
You just didn't take the time to do it.
That's true. And why do you think they procrastinate? Because what I've learned, and I try to tell a few of my clients, is right now in this industry, engaging and being active on social media is very important. Very important.
Yeah.
And when you fail to do that, you lose your audience and you lose, your ability to be impressionable on social media. So what is it, why do you think they procrastinate?
Fear, of course, fear of getting away, fear of new things. And sometimes you just overthink stuff. We just overthink it. Like, well, what is this? And da-da-da-da-da. Just overthink it. And it's something that I read that entrepreneurs say all the time. Stop waiting till something is just perfect.
Yes.
To put it out there. Start and keep the ball rolling, because things are changing. Oh, my goodness. And with this social media and with people understanding we are all real human beings, your audience will flow with you.
Yes.
Your audience will grow with you. Your audience will have your back even in your mess ups, and when you back up, they'll still be there with you because these people looking for some type of inspiration. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
They're looking for somebody to watch. Like, I can do it too. So when you show that realness of okay, I fell off, I'm about to rise back up. Y'all come on with me. People gonna go with you. So, things are changing for where we understand we're not robots, we real humans.
That's right.
So sometimes we just be waiting for everything to be so perfect or, everything to be so right. And it's just like, people want to grow with a real person. People want to grow with a real authentic business. Like, man, I watch that grow. They feel that bond. They feel that connection. So, yeah.
I like that. That's good. That's very good. And I think people fail to realize, like, everybody's human and everybody, like I said, they're all learning. You know what I mean? But I think that's amazing. But it's so many. What's so great about especially Instagram is being able to connect with different people. But how has you relocating, how has it been, how has it been networking and connecting with other people? Because you moving into a new state, and you may know a few people, but how was it like connecting with people and like changing your environment or your not circle of friends, because you have your day ones, you have those people,
no, yeah, it changed.
Okay, how was that? Like, how did you go about doing that?
For me, it was my experience and my journey has been absolutely amazing. Seriously, like, that's one thing, especially coming out of my comfort zone and being around new people, it made it even better because as you grow and as you evolve, you start to change. Your conversation starts to change. The way you talk starts to change. The words that you use start to change. So as you're evolving and you're around new people, you don't get a lot of that. You changing. Or you don't have to deal with a lot of that fear of, I don't think I'm trying to talk fake or something because I'm using this word or because I'm being more intuitive to where I'm thinking and not reacting as much. So, the way that I move my hands to be different or the way that I interpret things to be different. And sometimes the old people around you could judge you.
That's true.
Not all the time, but you just hear those little remarks.
Yes.
And sometimes that'll allow fear to rise up and then you end up not even being you. So me moving and being around new people and changing and evolving, I got to grow and be free and blossom. So people got to accept me for me. And it was fun networking with people. It was fun going out to events. A lot of times I would go alone, and Houston has so many networking events to offer. Like they literally have like late night. It's not even like a club, but it could be an evening event, an after work event on a Thursday night with food, drinks, and nice, good music, and a whole bunch of people selling their product.
Wow.
Doing whatever they do, networking meetings, so you can go out, mix you, and literally network with a community of beautiful Black people trying to rise up.
I like that.
And do them. So it's been amazing.
Wow.
It's been amazing.
I love that.
It didn't come true.
Yes, I love that. And the thing is, finding people that talk the same language as you is so refreshing.
Yes.
It's so refreshing.
Nita, oh my, I walk away from so many authentic, genuine conversations where we holding hands, walking away.
Wow.
Thank you, sister, for this moment.
Wow.
I appreciate you. Peace and blessings. I know I'll see you again.
Wow.
I walk away, even men.
Wow.
I walk away from so many genuine conversations. Like men who not even flirting with you, men who not even finna ask you your number. None of that.
Wow.
So I see you doing your thing on Instagram. Blessings to you. Keep going. If I can help you this way, I'm going to help you. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your spirit. That is the language I get to speak in often.
Wow.
So often to where I don't feel alone. I don't feel like an outcast. I don't feel like that. I need some new friends.
Right.
I need some new circle. no, it's, you get to see like those genuine, those beautiful friendships that you want. It's out there.
Wow.
It's out there.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And, what do you, okay, like let's say 5 years from now, where do you see yourself, or what do you see yourself doing in addition to hair?
5 years from now, I'm excited too. I definitely see myself, with just more mobility to just do the things that I want, to flow how I want to flow.
Yes.
If I'm in a season, I'm on set doing hair here, that's what I want to be doing. If I'm on a season where I'm doing some activist work, doing this, I'm doing it. If I need to go on a retreat and just be alone, I'm doing that. If I need to, however I need to flow and move, that's how I want to flow. Traveling, just even with the fitness, I want to get more into the traveling and fitness too.
Wow.
And really teaching, because I do have a lot in me. Teaching and learning and growing and flowing. Seriously.
I love that. No, I love that.
Yes.
And you know what? That's the thing. I tell people, whatever you have the ability, whatever gift you have, God, He expects us to teach and multiply that. You know what I mean? So I think what you're doing is amazing. I mean, seriously, the hair. I mean, I'm not trying to fill your head up, but I'm serious. Like your hands are anointed, and when people see that, I mean, it shows that you love what you do. You actually love, and you take your time with each client. Because we get in them chairs and we had a long day, or we going through stuff at home, or what I mean, not feeling beautiful. And for you, for you doing what you love and showing it on somebody's hair, that speaks volumes. So people, I think it would be beautiful for you to teach that, because we need more of us African American women doing things in a spirit of excellence. You know what I mean? And I just not half doing things. And so I think teaching, most people who are in a field, they end up graduating to just teach, you know what I mean, and mentor. And I think that's awesome. Jada. I mean, and your spirit is so like in alignment, and I pick up on good energy. I really, really do. And real people. And I think for me, I've watched you from the outside. I've watched your life just get in alignment with what God wanted you to do. So you moving, I mean, that's encouraging to me, and I know will be encouraging to other people. But not just moving, but being in alignment with that season that you were in, and everything else just fell into place. Everything, and then your Instagram follows, like, it just out of nowhere, like it just went up, you know what I mean? So I think, and that's more influence for you. God is giving you more influence. So I'm just so happy that you accepted, to be interviewed on here. And what's the last question? What is one thing you would encourage listeners? I don't care if they're a wife or mom, an entrepreneur, working in a salon, whatever, owning a salon. What's a piece of advice that you would, I know you said, don't procrastinate, but what's one piece of advice that you would give them for the person that's thinking about giving up?
Oh, I know, and I say this all the time. Get in tune with you. Deal with the things you need to deal with. Deal with the matters of the heart. Deal with your baggage.
I love
because
that.
when you deal with those things, you're able to set yourself free. You're able to be free. Like nothing is holding you in bondage anymore. And a lot of times we just go through life sweeping our issues under the rug. And I tell people this all the time, and on different situations, I can tell people this, and some people are ready because they'll say to me, "That's not what I'm talking about when I deal with yourself." And like, that ain't what I'm talking about. But it's like, you don't realize how much your baggage just will change you into a person that you're not.
Yes.
Your baggage will attract mess that you're like, where these raggedy friends come from? Where this raggedy reality come from that I never even thought for myself? Where is this coming from? It's because you haven't dealt with your stuff.
That's good.
You're holding on to so much to where you created this reality based off of all your baggage, based off of your pain. So once you start dealing with those things and healing, you can elevate, you can grow, you can see life in a different way because you learned your lesson.
That's good.
You know, a lot of people don't realize why they go through the things that they go through, and then they kind of stay stuck in those places. So
that's good.
I tell people, deal with the things you need to deal with. Deal with those deep rooted things that sometimes you try to hide away from. And a lot of times it is very scary to go to those places because, you know, you've been avoiding them for years.
Yes. That's good.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it keeps you stagnant, you know. It does. And, you know, it's like being on, what do they call it? Like a treadmill. You know, you're walking, but you're not going anywhere because of all of the baggage, everything that, you know, you're holding on to. So I think that's awesome. Now, how can people follow you on Instagram, Facebook? What's your Instagram handle?
My Instagram is Jada_S, JADA_S. Yep, and also get me on Instagram because that's where I post more and talk more at.
Okay.
And I can really say I appreciate this call because it definitely motivates me and reminds me, you know, because sometimes even as you, like, how much I've grown when I left, it was a lot. You know, it was a lot. It's like, what do I do with all of these followers? I know what to do, but at the same time, it's like, what am I supposed to do? And then you go through the battles of, like, is this even what I really want?
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, that social media thing, it's some of, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, you know, to be able to create and connect and meet and socialize and post and grow in your business. All of that. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, but it can be a lot. And you have to keep your balance. You really, really do, because if not, that could even change you into a person you're not. And it can distract you from the real reality of life. You know? It's a whole different world. So these conversations remind me, you know, of my purpose. Like, this is your purpose. Don't be afraid. Don't feel like you may get too caught up in this social media world or like, you know, don't look at it in a negative way. Like, it's your purpose. Like, it's 2019 and this is what it is. This is the platform. This is how we socialize.
That's right.
This is another form of socialization. This is a different form of marketing. It's different. So it's just use your platform for, you know, your purpose to help people, to uplift people.
That's good. That's good, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's real good.
Thank you.
Well, I just want to thank you again, Jada, for, you know, this call. It was encouraging to me, and I know that it's going to touch a lot of the listeners as well. So, again, I just want to thank you, and we definitely have to stay connected. Definitely.
Yes.
Are you a leader, entrepreneur, author, or speaker? Did you have a lifestyle change that you want to share with the world? Do you have some helpful health tips that could change our life? Well, be a guest on the Be Bold Radio Show. Email us at beboldradio@gmail.com. Again, that's beboldradio@gmail.com.